chemistry and integrated math 2. I'll start with chemistry. I'll be doing Unit 1 gases. So this is 1.8, which is explain the random motions of molecules in a gas. And gases are usually characterized by three values: pressure, temperature, and volume. These three usually affect how the molecules in a gas move and change. For the first example, it's an example of diffusion. Both examples are from an exam. And diffusion is basically molecules spreading throughout an area while interacting with other molecules in that area. And the second example is an example of how pressure and volume affect gas molecules. And basically, if the volume is larger, it'll affect the pressure, making the pressure smaller, and then vice versa. And I got both these questions right. 1B is applying the gas law's relations between the pressure, temperature, and volume of any amount of an ideal gas or a mixture of ideal gases. The three laws are Two laws are direct and one is inverse. The direct laws are pressure and temperature increasing together, volume and temperature increasing together. The inverse is pressure and volume increasing inversely to each other. These three together create the combined gas law, which is that equation right there. And the example I use is an example of using the combined gas law to find the missing temperature. 1C is explain the meaning of standard temperature and pressure. And standard temperature and pressure is used when the ideal gases have the same molar volume. And the example I used is just showing which pressure is used when at STP, which is 1 atm. Ideal temperature would be 273 Kelvin. And then for the conversion of Kelvin and Celsius, it would be 0 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin to get to Kelvin. And that would be here in 1D. V, which is convert Celsius and Kelvin, and how Kelvin is the absolute zero. 0 Kelvin is the absolute zero because it is the lowest possible temperature. And the number 12 is just a conversion problem from Celsius to Kelvin. And 14, their example is why we have to use absolute zero when using the combined gas law or the ideal gas law. And that is because the energy of gas particles is directly proportional when they're both at absolute zero. 1E is solving problems by using the ideal gas law, which is Hibner, or PV equals nRT. And the ideal gas law, or an ideal gas, is when there's no energy lost when gas molecules or atoms collide with each other. And Hibner is basically pressure volume equals number of moles, a constant times temperature. And I messed up the first problem for my first example. I got it wrong because I thought the constant was part of the four properties, but it's actually pressure, temperature, the number of gas particles, and volume. And then the second example is actually using Hibner in a problem. Now we present math. For math, I chose learning target. I chose 1.2. Sorry. This is the homework completion chart, and I did pretty well with my homework from homework number 4 all the way to the current homework that we did. And I completed all my homework, and I did understand most of it, so I didn't really have to ask for help. Same thing with the assessments, or with the quizzes and tests. I completed all of them, and quiz 2, I did the honors option. I'm not in honors, so I just thought I could do it, and I did end up doing it. I completed all my corrections as well. When doing the corrections, I figured out my mistakes by usually looking back at my notes and old quizzes that we did, and I reviewed all my notes. I asked questions from Ms. Casillas and my peers. And yeah, that's how I tried to keep my grade up. In the beginning of the year, I was really slacking off because I blame it on the people around me because they were kind of slacking off too, so I was just following what they were doing. But then I started to bring my grade up. So I'll be presenting on Essential Skill 1, Geometry Basics, Learning Target 1.2, which is using theorems to determine the relationships between specific pairs of angles and using algebra to find angle measurements. So this is my quiz 2 and test part 2 comparison. I got both questions wrong, and it was mainly because I usually mess up with my justifications or my reasons. For this learning target, I didn't actually do any of the glossary, so I had no idea what I was writing, and most of the time I would get it wrong. For number 7, I actually didn't pay attention to the question completely and missed one of the variables, so I got that one wrong. And then this is showing the same quiz and test. Again, I didn't understand how to justify, and I messed up on the math a lot for the statements. For my current grade is a A-, I believe, and I think I deserve that grade because I put in effort, but I don't really try because I get overconfident sometimes. So I think an A- is a good grade. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Hey, go ahead. No, you?